Hi guys, and welcome to the Principality of Monaco, one of the smallest countries in the world, but definitely one of the most unique and interesting places on the globe. On this YouTube channel, I'm going to make content about everyday life in Monaco. So, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get started. There are so many myths about Monaco. On this channel, I would like to become a sort of a myth-buster. I want to show you a real life. Monaco is a real country with real economy, real people and real problems. Children are going to school, people are going to work, elderly people go to the hospital. You know, it's a normal life. Normal life in a small country. Of course, Monaco is famous because of its casino and because of the Formula 1 Grand Prix and all of its glamour stuff, but the main reason why people are moving to Monaco is, of course, safety. It's one of the safest places in the world, well, at least in Europe. The second reason why people like to live in Monaco is, of course, its climate. The Mediterranean climate, the sun, the sea, it's very good for your health, and honestly, I have been living in Paris for almost 10 years and moving to Monaco feels like an upgrade. Honestly, living in the north of Europe is kind of depressive, especially in winter, because it's foggy, it's dark, it's gray, and in Monaco the weather is so much better. Let's talk about prices. Besides the rent, nothing in Monaco is actually crazy expensive. That's the biggest surprise for most people. Groceries, in many cases, they're even cheaper than in France. Restaurants are not as expensive as people think. In fact, many places cost the same as in France, sometimes even less. For example, at my favorite Italian restaurant in Monaco, a pizza costs between 15 and 20 euros, and honestly, it's one of the best pizzas I've ever had. Throughout its history, Monaco survived against incredible odds. It was once a small and relatively poor principality, yet over time it became one of the most famous places in the world. And not just because of the casino, but because of its resilience, its vision, and the intelligence of its princes. Monaco has always found a way to adapt. No matter the situation, no matter the pressure, it reinvented itself again and again. Monaco is tiny, there is simply no space to grow. It cannot expand into France, and obviously going to war for more land was never an option. So Monaco did something far more intelligent. It expanded to the sea. In the 60s and 70s, under Prince Régnier III, Monaco created an entirely new district called Fontvieille. What used to be sea became homes, offices, a marina, a stadium, and even industry. It was a bold engineering project at the time, and it permanently changed the future of the principality. And Monaco didn't stop there. Just recently, a few years ago, a new extension was completed, called Marais-Terra. This ultra-modern eco-district was literally built on the water, adding several hectares of new land. Designed with sustainability in mind, it includes luxury residences, green spaces, a marina, and a coastal promenade. It's one of the most ambitious land reclamation projects in Europe and even in the world. Monaco may be small, but when it runs out of land, it simply creates more. That's how this country survives. It adapts, it innovates. Monaco is a very unconventional country. It's a special country. Some people say that Monaco is a tax haven. Well, I don't think it's true because there are taxes in Monaco, but of course the fiscal system is particular, let's say, but it's not a tax haven, not at all. And now a quick message from our today's sponsor, myself. Yes guys, I'm sponsoring my own videos. By the way, I have a second YouTube channel about tech, Apple unboxings, reviews, stuff like that. So if you like tech content, I have a little link in the description of this video so you can check it out. My channel has already over 20,000 subscribers, so check it out. Thank you, and let's go back to Monaco. Generally speaking, there are two types of people living in Monaco: the Monegasque, the Monaco citizens, and the residents, foreigners who decided to move to Monaco. There are currently around 10,000 Monegasques, people who were either born in Monaco or obtained a citizenship throughout their life. And just being born in Monaco does not give you a right to get a citizenship, but it's a topic for a different video. And there are around 40,000 residents. So Monaco citizens are a minority in their own country. That's kind of interesting. So how do Monaco citizens afford to pay the crazy expensive rent? Well, they don't pay the full price because the state of Monaco is subsidizing their rent, so it's adjusted according to their income. And if we're talking about residents, foreigners, well, they pay the full price, and prices are expensive. It's getting more and more expensive. But of course, people who move to Monaco, well, either they are financially independent people or business people or artists, well, people who have money, who have enough money to move to Monaco, because let's be honest, it's expensive. I remember back in the day I found a very inexpensive housing option in Monaco, and I called the agency and I said, I'm interested, I want to move here. And they said to me, sorry sir, but it's a parking place, it's not an apartment. We don't have any apartment at 900 euros, it's not possible. And I was like, okay, sorry. Actually, the agency was managed by a cool British guy and we became friends. Talking about nationalities, usually in Monaco, the biggest national group are of course French people, then I would say Italians, then probably Brits. There are also a lot of Americans, some Germans, people from Switzerland, just people from all over the globe. Monaco is one of the rare places on Earth where you can meet people from literally every country on this planet. I recently met a guy from Australia and we became friends. We started to hike together, we go to the restaurants, we exchange. It's nice. It's a nice experience when you can meet people from all over the globe. You know, I like it. As I said earlier, Monaco is a real country with real problems as well. Space. Monaco is running out of space. Every inch of its territory is used, but of course, space is always missing. Sometimes Monaco can be a bit dirty, and honestly, what surprises me the most is dog waste in the streets. I really don't understand why some people don't clean up after their pets. In a place that's known for being clean, organized, and high-end, you would expect better. I still don't have the answer to that question. Why people do that? Why they don't clean after their pets? But whatever. Lastly, let's talk about the Police of Monaco. I think the Monaco's police is one of the most efficient police office in the world. Cameras are everywhere, police officers are well trained, they always respect people. A couple of weeks ago, I saw a very interesting situation. Guys from Bulgaria were driving in their used Rolls-Royce, they were trying to show off, they were speeding up, breaking the law, and they were stopped by a simple police officer, and they were fined. So, no matter what is your car, no matter who you are, if you break the law, you will pay the fine, and I think it's the right way to do the thing, and I really respect the Monaco's police for treating everyone like the same. So that would be it for the first episode of Monaco Life. Guys, let me know in the comments below what do you think about the Principality of Monaco. Have you already visited it, or maybe you are planning to visit Monaco? By the way, excellent idea. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this video. Do you have any ideas, suggestions? Thank you for watching this video and have a nice day. Peace.